All right, let's get on to it.
Right as he takes a big off. It's a perfect way to start. Oh my god.
Let's get to the starting lineup. Cabral in goal. And then we had DeAndre Yedlin, Vera Glad, and Catranis across the back. Gonzalez, Caliscan, Ojeda, Luna, every time. And Olatunji and Cruz up top. With the bench, Junka, Ruiz, Russell, Agata, Wolf, Quinton, Anelli, Lambert. Wasn't Lambert. They had it wrong.
They did put out Lambert, though. That was kind of funny.
That's what I have right here.
Stuyduhar is the backup goalkeeper.
Number 31. And Arieth Piol. There was some interesting, we forgot to ask about Edlin and Anelli in the postgame.
Yeah, we were going to ask about him, but...
we'll have to do it this week during practice or figure something out, because how has he dropped from, he was the captain and now he's part-time, and Cabral's the captain, so I don't know, maybe the injury, foot, who knows?
I can't think it's based on his play alone, you know what I mean? I don't think Caliscan does a better job there at all. But I like Caliscan as a backup and as a fill-in, and he did formidable in the game and had an assist. Hockey assist, if you will, and so that was good. But by and large, he's definitely stepped down from Anelli in my book.
Is this Pablo doing his I need an Energizer bunny in the midfield kind of deal?
I don't know. Remember he did that to Glad a couple years in the playoffs. He benched him right before the playoffs. It's kind of weird.
That was that was before him. It's been so Glad has been here for so long. It was Tactical Genius that did that.
Tactical Genius.
The Tactical Genius that
Freddie,
did that.
Oh wait, we can't say his name, right?
No.
He who shall not be named on the podcast.
Although he did take a cat with him, so that's nice. He's a cat lady. So Austin had a somewhat rotated side. They were saving themselves for the game on Wednesday this week,
which is the U.S. Open Cup final, so it's kind of a big deal. So they started CJ Fodre. If your name rhymes, you're cool, right? I can't make fun of people's names anymore. We got too much negative feedback about me making fun of people's names.
You should just know by now, Tyler.
I'm not doing it.
I'll make fun of him, though. I watched him play against the Kansas City game, and he's got this hairdo, and he's a young kid. I think he's 28, 29, and he's got the hairdo that says, "I'm not losing my hair," but... Dude, you're losing your hair.
Oh, man.
I speak from experience where...
what was that? Like, what?
It was something weird,
I don't know.
Wasn't it? I think he had something in it, like one of those bands that holds your hair out of your eyes.
Aquanet. It was a big old Aquanet
one
thing.
Of those things that ladies
really
put
thin,
on their
man.
hair.
It reminded me of my experience where you think you got hair, and then somebody takes a picture of you, and it's just like...
You can see right through it.
Where's my hair? So that's when it's just like, I give up. Yeah. So, but he's valiant effort.
Well, and
valiant effort. Hang on to that.
And Dunny said he reminded him of the old Steven Lenhart, the blonde dude that used to play for San Jose, where he would just run around and cause havoc. And I think they were even called the Goonies or something, right? The Goonies never say die. They had their own little catchphrase or whatever. And
now he's the mentality coach in Seattle.
Yeah, he was on one of those game shows too, right? What was those survival race games where, you get out in nature and race down a waterfall or something? Well, yeah, he was on one of those. You can look that up, Steven Lenhart.
That'd be so fun.
Yeah, he seems really cool on that, but I always hated him because he did good things against us. But anyway,
I would be terrible on the Amazing Race.
You would? Well, yeah, that's because you'd have to walk.
Well, yeah, that too.
You'd have to actually move.
And also, most of those races are in Europe, so everything's a little bit skinnier,
I really know the geography.
No, I'm not very good at
navigating. Not many
escalators. I'm not very good at navigating.
Really? Just stick it like your finger and stick it up in the air?
Yeah.
Always north.
Coming up the east, goes down the west.
Where's the mountains?
Where is the sun?
Where's the mountains?
I'm so lost. So, we were talking before the game, Tyler and I.
Oh, sorry.
And Mr. Positive was not. I was really surprised. Tyler thought, we're done. It's over.
Like, if we... Like, this is like the classic RSL thing to do. They play down to the level of their opponent. Austin puts on a subpar side, but they get these hustle kids in there like CJ Fodre and the like. A couple other guys rotated in there as well that aren't normal starters. And like RSL can't score against them. They low block. They hold on. They hang on, and then they bring in their studs for the end of the game, and they get one late and beat us 1-0. That's kind of what I was seeing play out because we've seen it too many times over the last year. And so I was thinking, all right, the ref's going to do something stupid. He's going to red card, Yedlin because he's winked at him. I don't know, whatever. He'll make up some stupid excuse to red card somebody. But it didn't play out that way, and I'm so happy about that. So happy.
Yeah, we can talk about the first half. It was going exactly how I expected. Austin to do exactly what you're saying. Just
park the bus.
Just kind of sit there and wait for RSL to overextend and just lob in one
O'Brien on the counter.
One dangerous, air quotes, lob cross into the box after another. And it kind of was going that way, but RSL, to their credit, they stayed on top of them. And they had some nice plays, some nice build-up. And for the first little while, the game kind of went surprisingly back and forth.
Yeah.
The first little while before kind of Austin kind of settled down. But they had corner kicks, and we had corner kicks.
But I think there was a long stretch of time there where we kind of, took it to them. I think it was kind of after the 20th minute. We kind of held on and pushed them down and kind of held them in that end for a while until, the goal, obviously.
And the first thing, too, we just kind of glossed right over it. The most important thing is that how can you start a game with 10 guys?
Oh, yeah.
I think that was like the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in the history of sport.
It was only the second most embarrassing thing I've ever seen.
I didn't watch the first 15.
So Luna was off the field because as he was walking on the field, the officials were like, bro, you still got your earrings in. And so he's like, wait, what? And he's like, oh, yeah. So he's standing on the sideline, bro, like this with two hands on his ear, doing this for like 6 minutes. And the crowd's still like, if you believe, then just come on, dude, get in the game. Send the ball. It was like going on. I think we're on the 8th verse, and finally the ref's like, just go.
So was that?
And they started the game.
Yeah.
What? It was so weird, dude.
And they had
so weird.
Multiple people coming up.
I tweeted it.
They finally got it out. Like he was off the field for 30, 40 seconds.
Yeah, it wasn't much. But
it wasn't long,
funny.
but
you can't wear earrings? I could have sworn they've allowed that.
No, you got to take them out.
That's so
just like those permanent bracelets everybody's doing now.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I don't know what you're talking about. A permanent bracelet. Yeah, there it is. Yep, you got to take those off.
So that was an ominous start, which is kind of hilarious. And then, when was it? 4 minutes in, Yedlin got his bell rung. So
because he tripped somebody, and then he ran back, and what was that dude's name? It's Brio, whatever.
Biro, B-I-R.
Was it him or was it? Yeah, I think it's Savovich. Anyway, he just came in and this drives me nuts because it's a foul anywhere else on the field if you run into someone and knock them over, right? But for some reason, if you jump at a header and you're standing, right? I'm standing, I jump for the header. Someone comes sideways, runs into me. That should be a dangerous play. I win the ball with my head and they run me over. Should be a dangerous play. I think it should be a yellow. I think he should have got a yellow in the 3rd minute.
Well, you can't ask that of referees this season.
Oh, you can't. Not for us. I mean,
well, either way,
Real's all you know what I'm saying?
No, we don't make enough money. We don't have enough fancy players, and we don't have calls go our way.
No, definitely no.
We've gotten a couple that did, but
right.
I think it's just a poor season for the referees, man.
Yeah,
it has.
Especially against us. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all over the league, man. That instant replay guy, he's been having a heyday with all these stupid calls being made, dude.
I know.
It's come on,
it's
man.
Nuts. And even after they review it, sometimes they still don't get it right. And it's and for him to be the judge and jury and executioner is funny too, because he didn't even grow up a soccer guy, which is funny. But I mean, I think it's cool when the rules committee comes out with stuff and says, "Oh, hey, By the way, we would have liked to seen this called this way. And just go back and watch the last few. Real's on there every week. Oh, yeah, we would have liked this to not been a red card when Olatunji pushed that guy with his head.
Oh, yeah, dude, that was a joke in the box or whatever.
Yeah, because the guy just kept bugging him all game long. And that's why, okay, so Olatunji came into the post-game show. Post-game show? Is that what we call it?
Sure.
Post-game?
Yeah.
Anyway, so Brandt and I were asking him questions. And one of the things I asked him was, dude, it felt like they were picking on you all game. The ref was calling everything against you the whole game. And he's like, yeah, like in Europe, you put your hand out and it's not a foul, you know? And here, you put your hand out and it's a foul. So I haven't figured that out all the way yet. And I was like, well, that's fair. You know, he's more physical and the refs aren't letting him be as physical as he wants to be. So that's kind of encouraging too, right? He's not even as physical as he wants to be yet.
Yeah, and he had some. I love Olatunji. I think he's going to be decent and maybe more than decent.
What? Yeah, I was going to say, there's no chance. No chance in hell is he going to be decent.
What's he going to be?
This guy in a system that is not really great for him, he is doing phenomenal. He's creating so much chances, XG, all that mumbo-jumbo stat stuff. Like, he is a humongous threat in the air all of a sudden. Our set pieces are looking a little bit better now. And he's so unique with his ideas when he's in the box, too. Like,
he's got some really nice footwork.
Yeah, footwork, yes. I do want to say, though, Rowan.
Rowan.
I don't know how to say it. I'm not Portuguese. Cruz.
I love that guy, dude.
I know, but he's still leaving something to be desired.
I know. Give him a full season. Give him a full season. Honestly, give him another season. Dude.
Next season.
Oh, dude, that's going to be so good.
I hope so.
Yeah, we can get into it, but I would love to see RSL maybe play a little more, a different style of play. I don't know. I think when you've got a player like Cruz and Olatunji, a few extra players around him that plays a little more. What am I wrong when I think that they should play a little more possession, a little more?
Well, we've seen that. So we've seen the history of Pablo where he loves possession. He loves having the ball in the back. He likes to have everything in front so that he can work with the ball going forward. But I mean, it's so many negative passes off the wing that any sort of momentum that you can get, we get a little bit of momentum. We're unsure about a pass. We're not willing to go aggressive. They'll pass it back to Vera, or Vera pass it back to Cabral, and just totally reset.
I know. Caliscan did it like the whole game long.
But it's like a Brody thing. It's a Hidalgo thing. It's coached.
Just don't make a mistake.
Yeah, it's the one thing I don't agree with the whole Pablo thing. I don't like that way of doing it.
And that could be the answer, is where they play a little more free and forward instead of always backward. And when they do that, they are more dynamic when they have the when.
You said doo-doo.
Doo-doo, I know. I was waiting for somebody. Like they're going forward, but then they might pass it back, and then they have a quick ball forward down the side with Gozo. And they've been really successful that way. I think Diogo won a game that way.
Yeah.
Got a goal that way when they do it. But it is so few and far between the times that they do that. And that's what's really frustrating. And that's what was kind of frustrating watching this game, where no one fears Real Salt Lake. No one fears they're going to score any goals. We were trying to figure it out. This year they have 35 goals, and there's 3 games left. So if they just get 10 goals a game, they will definitely just 10. That's all you need. Just 10 goals over the next 3 games. They will match.
No, not 10 over the next 3.
10
per.
Yeah, 10 per game. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So they need a total of 30 goals. Everybody's
to match what they did last year, and I think
they're so close.
So they're close. Right I think if we can just like cheer a little louder and have a little more.
Make up a cool
believe a little harder.
That stat is true, but you think about it. Well, all the games that we have led. Always it's 2-0, something's going to happen, right? And I feel that's because we get into this thing where we're offensive this whole time. They don't score on us while we're being offensive and we're going to look to score. The moment we get a couple goals up, We then switch to stop the bus or whatever you say.
Park
the bus. I freaking hate that thing so much.
The bus.
But when we do that, then we see all these errors and stuff. It doesn't make sense why we are still not using the attack. It feels like we're really afraid to lose, which is not a good mental side for a team.
And that's coaching too, where they would get a goal. It's the understanding that we don't score a lot of goals. We get a goal up, and then we park the bus, which might explain why they only have 13 goals, 14 goals now in the second half. They scored 2 this game. All season, 14 goals now in the second half.
Wow.
Because they didn't score last week, right?
Yeah.
So with I think they scored early, but not in the second half.
What a shot.
Yeah.
So I do think that if you look at the goals we've given up, last year we gave up 48. This year we've only given up 46. 3 games to go. That's relatively
doable.
Similar
numbers.
Very similar numbers on a team that is demonstrably worse than last season. If you're looking at the
stats, that's an accumulation of like a big
also
picture.
On the roster. I mean,
we have to look at RSL right now as this is our final chapter. I think I've talked about this before, where there's like a first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. This is the fourth quarter RSL that is going to follow us into the starting in the next season, and this is a team that can do it. This is a great team, great attacking capability. Our defense is a little weird, but overall, this is a team that could be the number one, beat the number 1 team in the league. If you really think about it. Do you disagree?
I think what you're saying in that is there is a chance.
There is a chance. There absolutely is a chance.
I think there are some things. I think this team is better than their record.
Mm-hmm.
Not by a lot, but I think they're a little better than their record, which is surprising when you look at how the season started. But, yeah, I don't know where the blame lies this season. Is it coaching? Doesn't seem like they've been coached into the best situations, like we were talking about. They don't go forward; they always go back. And I don't know that the front office has much to write home about other than Cabral, and maybe we'll see what Olatunji and Cruz and Zambrano's been playing well for the Monarchs, but
he's been blowing it up.
Yedlin came right in and started.
Yeah, and he also got a red card and missed a game and got burned in LAFC. This was the first game where I think people are going.
But you kind of have to look at RSL without watching any LAFC games. Because I feel like the LAFC games are making your opinion the way it is right now.
We will see how it goes. So the first half went kind of like we thought. RSL, attack, anemically, but at times dangerously. And then
there were a couple times even where we had the ball at the top of the 18 or even in the box, and we were like, turn and pass. It's like, take a touch, have a shot, right? Like, just get your ball, get it out there. Happens in the Premier League all the time. They set up like they're going to the far post, and then they drag it back near post between their legs when the guy reaches to block their shot, right? Like, if you're good at shooting, you can, fake one post and head for the other one, and good stuff can happen. But, yeah, it was a little bit tough to watch. Not a lot of shots were getting smashed in. There was that one where Cruz kind of poked it towards goal. And then
that just kind of? What do you mean just kind of?
Kind of karate kicked it.
Are you kidding me? That was genius.
I know. No, it was great.
Oh, my gosh.
He, kind of karate kicked half.
And then Catranis almost had a one-time.
Yeah.
That was a great save by their keeper. It might have been the best.
Yeah.
His best play all game.
Right? And then Olatunji had that sidewinder where he almost cleared it out of the stadium.
Yeah, hit up in the City Grill.
Yeah. Stayed up there a while too. Did somebody go get that ball?
I don't know. Somebody got a free.
I thought Brennan was going to get
MLS ball.
Dude, I wish I was at that game.
So then we get into stoppage time, and RSL almost miraculously
right at 45, wasn't it?
Gets a goal.
Brian Ojeda.
Glad gets it too. Sends a nice little cross. Ojeda takes a little touch, right?
Yeah, nobody really steps to him. So he's like, all right. So he goes to have a hit, and it hits off the defender instead of going far post, goes near post, and Stuber didn't have a chance to react.
He almost got there, but
A funky bounce.
the ball goes in, and RSL goes into the dressing room, up a goal. But, 1-0.5.
What was the yellow card on Catranis? I didn't see that.
That was for yelling at the ref.
He pumped his arm at the ref like, come on.
He was overly
so-
demonstrative.
He was hurting his feelings.
Because Austin was doing the thing that it's a call I hate, but they call it all the time in every league, where the offensive or defensive player is in front of the other player trying to get the ball, and they're trying to keep him off. And as soon as you touch them, they fall down.
Oh, yeah.
And so the guy, Catranis,
And it was their speedy guy, too.
yeah, if he just would have kept his arm up, maybe the guy falls down, and then he might be able to continue with the ball because it was in our offensive third, their defensive third.
Yeah.
But he put his arm on him, and as soon as he touched him, he went down, and they got the call. And
That's dumb.
He was
And then he-
pissed about it because that guy earned like 5 fouls in the game by doing that.
Yeah. So we go into halftime, 1-0, and I was expecting it to be 3-1. But anyway, let's talk halftime. We haven't done halftime for a while. Brennan's back. You weren't here last week because
All right, Brennan, who gets
we
your
figured
celery
you were
stick?
raptured, but looks like you.
Made it back?
I made it back.
Celery stick of the game. Who do you give it to?
Celery stick of the game?
Yeah, we switched it when you were gone to celery stick instead of orange slice. Celery stick with peanut butter and some raisins on top. You know that pig? What do you call that? Ants on a log or whatever. Come on.
Can I
dude.
just do an orange slice?
Okay.
Yes, yeah, go.
Okay. My orange slice is just Ojeda. He's just showing what he needs to do. His the only thing that was lacking, or the only thing I would say that in the past I would want him to improve on, is just his offensive ability. And he's starting to take shots outside the box, and he's getting such good looks. And on the defensive side in this game, he was pivotal. He was pivotal.
Because he's playing pivot.
But just overall, I just feel like that guy really sparked everything for RSL.
Brandt?
Let me think. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Olatunji.
Why?
I thought he was all over the place. I like his hustle. I like his grit, and he was exciting. There was a cross that came in that was incredibly high, and man, he got up there, and the flying Olatunji. So I'll give it to him.
Does sound like a fun circus name, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you guys took the two obvious ones. I loved the effort from Luna in this game. Not a lot worked out for him, but his effort led to other things, which we'll get to in the second half. But Luna's effort and his on-the-ball presence and the way that players can just hit the ball at him in almost any way, shape, or form, and he can bring it down and be ready to play it onto somebody else so quick. And some of our guys aren't very quick at that, and that slows down our pace and our ability to switch fields and get inside and all that stuff. But I think his first half effort led to a couple of really good plays in the second half that led to goals. So I'm going to go with Luna.
Those are 3 good picks. Anything else for halftime? Anything we want to chat about?
Yeah, any crazy political thing happened during the game that we have to talk about? There was some weird halftime. Who cares?
Was there?
No, I didn't.
Oh. There was a
I'm
pitch
stirring
invader.
controversy. Yeah, there was a
pitch invader at the end.
But did you see that? Somebody posted the security had him and they were walking him out, and he pushed the guy away and hopped over and ran out on the field, and they didn't even run after him.
Really?
Yeah, the CSC guards or whatever.
Dude, they don't get paid enough, and they're not athletic. Have you seen those
right,
guys?
but they're supposed to protect the players, right?
Dude,
There was cops out there too.
the referees are doing just as good of a job as those
He got
security
all
guards.
the way to Luna before they is pulling on his arm, give me your jersey, bro. And then the cops got to him.
Oh man!
And then he was escorted out.
Oh, it wasn't even the cops either. I think it
No,
was
just
a couple guys in RSL branded gear.
hauling him off El Salvador somewhere. Who knows? But He
Making it political.
no, you started it. So that was exciting. What else? Anything else? It was surprisingly controversy free. So that's good.
There weren't a lot of like, holy crap, those are horrible calls, except on Olatunji. So that other than him, it seemed like a fairly well-reffed game. Yeah, isn't that bad? He only missed 6 fouls against Olatunji. Yeah, like the one where the defender was hugging the line and he was like boxing out, and then he accidentally kicked the ball, and then he called the foul on Olatunji. Like, the guy kicked it out. It should be a corner, and he's like, "Nah, foul. You were bugging him. You were bugging me," I think is what the ref was doing. He's like, yeah, you're just bugging me. So out you go.
All right, so on to the second half. And I was really expecting Atlanta. Well, before the goal from Real Salt Lake, I thought the game was calling for a Johnny Russell. If we'd have gone into the halftime 0-0, I would have been expecting Johnny Russell to come in, because all that guy has done is create when he gets on the field for RSL.
Because he can do what almost no one can on our team, which is dribble the ball at people and get by him.
Yeah, turn and go forward.
Yeah, and our guys don't do that enough. I think Luna does it occasionally, but only when he does that like double step over thing on the corners, and instead he just needs to go and let them bounce off of him. He hasn't figured out that he's so low to the ground that most guys are going to try to push him, and they're not going to be able to do it. And he's just by being him and being how strong he is on the ball, he's going to be able to get away with just bumping them off the ball, and then he's going to be able to serve in a nice ball. He doesn't have to beat him with fancy footwork. He can do it that way, and he can do it by the physical nature of the timing of his advancements and stuff. I just think that's going to elevate his game to that next level. Anyway.
So RSL was up 1-0, so we didn't see any subs, and that was probably the end of that, if that was even a thought. But Austin almost got an early goal from a really poor turnover by Justin Glad. Right in front of goal, just outside the box, and they did get a shot off, but it sailed
I was
high.
grabbing a Fresca from the press box, and I looked up and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, what a stupid
But then
play,
they
man.
covered it. Yeah.
So it was probably the only poor play by the defense all game. But as expected, Austin came out, was putting on some pressure, but RSL had a lovely counter in the 49th, 50th minute.
Yeah, Diego Luna pulled the ball up, and he was in that first line of defense, like between the forwards and the mids, and he turned and he played Gonçalves into his space, and it allowed Gonçalves to just turn and run with the ball. Like, it was such a nicely weighted pass, and then Gonçalves carried it all the way forward.
Oh,
and
at that point, I was like, please,
I
what are
was
you doing,
like,
dude? What are
yeah,
you doing?
come on, bro.
Because he had
Let's
Olatunji and all that. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, just give it to him.
And Olatunji and Cruz pulled everybody out, and Yedlin snuck in back post, and to have Diogo find him was fantastic, right? Great ball over there, and the weight of his pass was just beautiful that Yedlin could just run on and smash it. And that speed is basically what got him the goal. He just smashed it on frame.
Dude, laces through it. Just
Right.
got hips right over ball and just drove it. That was lucky, though, because that was, I would say, that's like 2 inches away from just hitting the goalie square in the chest. And,
Yeah, but it didn't, right? So perfect.
Oh, man.
It's hard to block it when it's like in your armpit, you know?
And
That's
the
a
keeper, he gave away a lot of the near post. That's one of the things I talk about all the time. I don't know much, but I do know that Nick Raimondo never got beat near post. And
Yeah, almost never, huh?
almost never. And I watch that all the time with the keepers. Like, hey, nobody likes to get beat near post, but then play closer.
Yeah, true.
Because if he's not giving away that near post, then he might have a chance to get a hand on it. But it probably would have gone anyway because Yedlin just crushed it.
Yeah, he would have just caught it and gone in the goal himself.
And then we were up 2-0, the most dangerous lead in all of football.
And it lasted for a while.
Did you ever sign up for Goosebumps?
Goosebumps.
Back in the day, you know,
Brought to you by Brennan.
where they used to have that show where it was like creepy and they did all the Goosebumps stuff. That was kind of like that, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've read those to my kids in that voice.
Really?
Yeah, thought it was fun. Anyway, so
That's so dramatic.
That's what.
don't worry, your daddy's got you, kids.
That's what dads are for, right? Trauma.
Yeah, buddy. So then we kept pressuring them. We kept it up. We were killing them. We were basically owning them. And to be fair, it was a rotated side. And so Mr. Not Davey Arno, he's the assistant coach that used to be in Kansas City a ton. What's that guy's name? Nico Estevez? No.
The Mighty Duckman?
Emilio
Estevez.
Yeah, Emilio Estevez made some subs, and Charlie Sheen went into the game. No, what's the guy's name?
They made them mighty subs. Is that what you're trying to say? They made 4 mighty subs. You look it up. I'll tell you the subs were. Wolf came in for Rubio. Rubio usually has some great games against Real Salt Lake. He's been an RSL killer. Didn't happen. Perea came in for Dubers.
Say it.
Dubersansky?
Yep.
Dubersarsky.
And Hutch.
And Uzuni came in for Fodre. He had a hair appointment. And Bukhari came in for O'Brien. O'Brien. Thank you.
Yeah, it's okay.
Risky move. 4 subs all at once.
But
they're all 4 starters.
Yeah, so it was kind of like getting the he probably wanted to get to the 60th minute, not down 2 goals and only down 1. And it didn't pay off because they were down 2 goals.
And we countered with...
Tyler Wolf in the 70th minute.
You do 4, Will need to do 1, and our T Wolf will beat your O Wolf, bro.
We got the better Wolf.
I don't know if we do, but...
Have you seen his eyebrows, man? Those things are good looking, dude. I was like, dang, bro.
Him and his brother, dude.
I was like, forget Owen, dude. I bet you he gets the ladies better.
They both...
If your eyebrows aren't threaded, right?
Hey, man, they work their magic, okay?
And then Olatunji got a yellow card. What did he get his yellow card for in the 71st minute?
Probably coughing.
Oh, yeah. He kind of... I think he was kind of getting tired of it, and he just kicked somebody because they kicked him, and, you know, the guy that retaliates always gets the call against him, so...
Then Owen Wolf got a yellow in the 74th minute, if I remember this right. He grabbed Tyler by the head and was just started giving him some noogies.
Nope,
brother.
Nope,
wow, that's quite. A terrible joke.
Terrible joke? No noogies were involved?
I don't think so. No.
But it was fun to see them. They did get matched up at the top of the box.
Yeah, they were going at each other a little bit.
And then the 81st minute, it was junk win for Katranis, from what I hear.
Yep, that's what happened.
And then Anelli in for Cruz. Too, and then, and I was going to say, Austin kind of put on some pressure.
Yeah, this is where they started bringing the heat.
And we stayed far back. We kept all of our positions farther back. We weren't looking to move forward too aggressively.
Yep.
But, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
we did what other teams do to us all year. We
subbed in Anelli. Oh, wait, no.
No. It's talking about in the 83rd minute when we caught them on a little bit of a counter.
Beautiful touch by Luna, though, because if he doesn't touch that as soon as he did, doesn't exist.
And he gets a lovely weighted ball that Olatunji crashes onto in the box. I thought the keeper could have come out. He didn't have a great game.
He started to come, and then he stopped.
And then he came, and then he stopped.
Right. And so when you do that, you hesitate, you die. And
dude,
if you ever watch the Landon and Tim Donovan, watch or listen. It's a podcast.
Oh, I don't want to listen to that one.
If you want to. Anyway, he talks about the higher level you're at, Tim Howard. He said the highest levels, you can't think. You just have to play. You just have to react and just go. And first instinct, and that's it. Because that's all the time you have in the Premier League, you know? He had a really cool rant on that this week. But
he wasn't even in there that long, though.
Tim Howard?
Yeah, he was
12 years?
Everton.
Oh, that's right.
He wasn't at Man U very
I thought
long.
It was Landon, because didn't Landon only get like a year or something like that?
Landon didn't. He had two
different stints.
Yeah, a couple of mid-season stints, right?
Yeah.
Where he went over to Everton.
Yep.
Deuce had a little bit longer. He was at Fulham for several seasons, right?
Yeah.
So RSL was a lovely, lovely play. Olatunji beats the keeper who didn't know if he should dive, didn't know if he should stand up, didn't know what he should do, and he got a nice little chip around him.
And it did kind of look like Olatunji might take it around him, and I think he was bracing for that, and then he just kicked it, and he was
Worked out.
crap.
And we're up 3-0, and that's the ball game. Even though Olatunji was subbed out in the 87th minute.
And again, he didn't get a call. He gets knocked down. The guy tackles him by his head, and then doesn't get a yellow card. Dude. Whatever. And then Olatunji's just kind of laying there, and then the ref walks by. If you watch the replay, it's hilarious. The ref walks by, and then he looks over oh, is he gone? Is he looking? Okay, and then he hops up and he's kind of laughing. He's waving to the crowd. I like the guy, man. He's fun. He's entertaining. He's all about the fun and the camaraderie of the game. And even though he's not getting the calls, even the guy probably deserved a yellow, for stopping a promising attack and tackling him by his head. He just hopped up and ran off like it was nothing. And then they subbed him out, put in Pule to kill off the game.
Dude, so stupid, man. We should have a clean sheet right now.
Yeah. But in the 92nd minute.
So whose fault is it? Do you think it was Yedlin's fault, or do you guys think it's Pule's fault?
So, in the end, I think Cabral could have done better for the first time all year.
Oh, absolutely.
He could have done better.
He McMathed it a little bit.
Yeah, he kind of let it go under his hand, and instead of dropping his hand, he let it go under his arm, which, I get that. I've played enough keeper to know.
Well, 3 feet
keeper.
from Cabral, though. I mean, there was
right.
Hardly any. It's timing, not
Exactly.
really picking the right way. But
Yeah.
And the ball was bouncing around. It was like a second ball, right?
Yeah, it was recycled play.
We suck at recycling, man. We're the worst recycled team in the league.
Clear the ball.
Right. So bad. It's we've never heard of recycling. It's does this cardboard go in the recycling or in the trash? No. Come on, Brennan. Nothing on that one? Come on, bro.
No.
Right.
It was a glass bottle.
I know.
I didn't know what to do with it. Is it garbage? Is it recycling?
So, yeah, it went in, and Austin,
Which
is funny, I think, to me, because we beat their B team, and then we beat their A team, and then they knocked one in at the last second, So it was But
it was almost like we couldn't allow us to have a 3-0 win. Right. It's there is something on the team that's just this doesn't feel right.
We can't win by more than 2.
Yeah, this doesn't feel right. Because that's just the RSL lull that happens, man.
Yeah.
I hate the lull.
Yeah, I think that some of that's coaching, I think. We talked about it last week when you were here
I didn't even listen to the episode.
Oh, were you
bro.
that bad?
I heard it was the 2 least favorite hosts on, so I was like, no point in watching,
Oh, there were so many.
Because it's the B team, you know what I mean?
B-team.
The B team,
Yeah.
You only score with the A team.
But the Bee Gees.
There was a quote from one of the posters on Big Soccer that talked about how the question was kind of has Pablo coached out the fire from this team, right? It's all about the universe,
the zen,
the zen, and all that. And there isn't. It's like when he was talking about when Catranis caught an elbow, right? Oh. And the team didn't. That guy didn't. Nobody churchballed the guy.
There was no dark arts coming back to him.
No, and is that coached out of him? There isn't any. Yeah, this team is lacking somebody like that, and you can't have it from your keeper, right? He can only get fired up so much from back there. You got to have somebody that is willing to be the Kyle Beckerman,
the goon.
Not necessarily the goon. I don't like that.
Or the Sunny Sunday. Remember Sunny Sunday? Sunny Sunday. He was the Brazilian guy that would just clock people. Remember, he'd just run down the field like...
You can't have the goon in soccer because I don't think it's respect. But you do have a good player that knows how to leave a tackle in. You know what I mean?
Knows when,
knows how.
Yeah, that was the last guy we had that acted like that.
And so, you just can't have somebody go in there and clock him one. I don't appreciate that.
Kyle would do that.
Yeah, but he could get away with it because he was Kyle.
Because he was Kyle Beckerman.
And he knew how to do it.
Yeah.
So that was kind of disappointing. But that's kind of where this team is. They're in between. Are they gonna? What kind of fight are they gonna have? Are they gonna be a team that's just gonna beat you with their play, or are they gonna make you earn it? And RSL hasn't made anybody earn anything all season, right?
Dude, see, I feel like
But
this
we
is just
just
because of
won,
LAFC.
dude. Come on, Brandt.
This is LAFC.
We
This is
won
the whole
game,
reason why you're
bro.
like this right now,
We put our
man.
stamp
No.
on it, man.
Oh my gosh,
We put our
man.
cleats in their
It's
back
a good
and
thing
we
I didn't watch
pushed.
that second LAFC
Come
game.
on, man.
If I would have watched it, I probably would have stooped to your level right now.
No,
You-
don't
yeah.
do it.
I would have been
Don't.
like, oh, what
Don't
is
do it.
life?
There's
Why?
still, we still have like a 5%
Do I even
chance
like claret?
to
You
get
know?
the 6th spot, bro.
But I'm not even being
So-
that negative. It's just an observation. You tell me who
An emotional observation.
Tell me who the enforcer is on this team.
The enforcer, I think that's the thing, though. Why does every team have an enforcer?
Not anymore.
Does LAFC have an enforcer?
Not anymore.
What? So why do we need an enforcer? That's maybe that's
it's outdated.
Maybe you're
Maybe
yeah.
the game's passed
you're,
you by,
You're a little
Brandt.
stuck in the
Yeah.
past, Brandt.
It could be. I mean, my black cleats, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's
Your
like no
black
point in having
Puma
color.
Kings, right?
Why do we need rainbow boots?
We got Puma Kings, baby.
Dude, those
No, I-
Tyler Wolf's boots look really good though. Orange.
In general,
Oh, sorry.
maybe not as a. You can get back to cleats in a second, but
boots.
not necessarily having,
Boots and
One
kids,
player.
boots and kids.
but like there's a team of players that are like that, right? That play for each other. Maybe that's what I'm saying. We're missing a team. We don't have a team that really is playing for
They're
each
bonded.
other.
They're
That,
they're
yeah.
tight. You know,
Where
they're like
it's not just one guy. It's like if Catrana's got his bell rung, and there should be 3 or 4 people like the next time that guy touches the ball, like boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
And nobody's sending the message because we're there waiting
That's
for the
thing, though.
universe.
That's the thing, though. The universe will send a
Yeah,
message.
that's the point.
It will.
I don't know
Hey,
how
the
that
universe
works.
also sent us this 3-1 win over Austin. And so that means
The universe told their
universe.
coach, who is it?
What? I don't know where you're going.
The universe told their coach to
Nico
rotate.
Estevez?
Told Nico to rotate. That's how rotate his squad. That's how we got
Rotate
the
the
win.
squad, bro.
who is this?
The coach of Austin
Oh.
Because they're going for the win in the Open Cup. On
against Nashville.
Ooh, I think
That's gonna be live on ABC. No, Wide World of Sports Wednesday.
So what?
Paramount
so,
Plus,
can I ask you this
actually.
question? So
Paramount
comparing the Wolves, right? One has great eyebrows, the other one doesn't. Owen Wolf. What exactly does he do well enough to get a start?
He plays more centrally.
He does because
in this game he played a little off
the
center.
left, yeah.
He was more left, and Tyler was on the right, which I thought was funny. But yeah, Owen kind of has that like defensive midfielder, little old school, little more of that. Because I watch a ton of soccer, and he's kind of got that like his dad was a striker, like a goal scoring
JJ?
striker.
No, what's his dad's name?
Wolf.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forgot. But his dad is like a national team striker, national team level striker. I think he was kind of like Jason Christ. He had a couple of shots, and I think he made a World Cup squad. Josh is his name. Josh Wolf. He had a really good career in MLS, and he was a national team centric player. I think he even made a World Cup squad. Anyway, he was a striker, out and out, speed behind, a little bit of shifty skill. Played with Ante Vrazov a lot. And those two were kind of he was the speedy little guy. But these two are more built for the rough and tumble game now. They're
The middle of the field.
Yeah, they're a little more stout, a little more strong on the ball. They're good at hold up play and Owen, I can see that. But Tyler's more of a striker than Owen is, right? So he's been tearing it up in the Monarchs, hence the Monarchs jersey tonight, right?
Looking nice, looking
Big
tight.
T. Yeah.
I wanted to bring up. We had a conversation because we had. We're talking about Diogo Gonçalves, and then subbing in when he comes off and subbing in Puyol. It's like going down a man. And Tyler mentioned that. Well, how far is the drop off from Diogo? Diogo doesn't look like he wants to be here. He did show up He shows up a couple times a game.
Yeah.
And he doesn't necessarily want to play defense, but he does show up, and he gets some accolades from Pablo and others. Trying to get us to believe that he's
He's a two-way player.
He's a two-way player, and really, we're just not seeing it, right? Because he's a magician. He disappears. And he looks like
On
looks
defense,
like
he does.
he's like misdirection because he looks like he's going to go and play defense and then he stops.
Oh, I might jump in on this challenge. You don't know. You don't know. Yeah, we know.
Right.
We know. There's no challenge there. We know.
So and then Tyler points out, well, how far is the drop from Diogo? Diogo, the drop from this is probably an indictment on the front office or the roster, but the drop off from Diogo, who sucks as a DP. Maybe not as a player in general, but the drop-off from him to the players that come in is deep.
It's Tyler Wolff, and he's done serviceably. But, there were 2 or 3 chances he had to get the ball into the box, and he did, and we just didn't connect on it, So his crosses were quality, but the finishes weren't there. And, a couple of them, they just scuffed or whatever. So I think he's going to step up and still be a player. Plus, it didn't take much to get him here. If you remember, he's on the cheap right now. So, but if we're talking about the drop off in pay, that's a huge gap between him and Gonçalves. And if it's like, and here's where this RSL team for the whole year, kind of taking a step out of the game and looking at it from the whole season, we've had 3 or 4 players who have really built into positions on this team, players that have become players in MLS because they've been given the opportunity. I think Luna might have been there close to there before, but this year he's kind of shown he's remarkably better. Gozo, remarkably better because he was given a chance, a shot.
He was accidentally given a chance.
Almost accidentally.
Insert pessimism.
No, I just say if Mark Chuk doesn't get hurt and Gozo doesn't get in and take advantage of that opportunity.
Gosh, I totally forgot about Mark Chuk.
Yeah.
He's playing in Cincinnati right now.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
And
didn't do anything, but he played.
Pablo and this crew have been notorious for not necessarily being willing to give people a lot of time.
Yeah, especially young guys, because like we said, they value the guy that can pass it around and hold it up and put his foot on the ball and slow the game down, and they value that a lot. And they value less that guy that can break in and fly off the handle and score a crazy goal, but then doesn't run back on defense.
So Luna, Gozo, who's your third?
Caliscan.
Yeah.
He's developed into definitely an MLS. Like if we had to trade him, he'd have value. You know what I mean? Like that kind of a thing. Like we did with Loffelson, like we did with some of those other guys that like they rose up to a level of goodness that like if we brought in a better player, we could send him off to somewhere else and then probably get some time or at least get a shot.
Anelli's one that's...
Oh, dude, Anelli is brilliant.
Stepped up a lot this year too.
So
I think next year we're going to kill it, but this year I don't even...
Well, Diogo is going to be the biggest piece here, but if you watch him in practice, because you probably don't, if you watch him in practice, he shines when they're playing the small field because he is incredibly intelligent when it comes to quick thinking and space and all that stuff. And so I see where they're probably saying Diogo's got it, he's just killing it, but it's only in certain environments, and with the way RSL plays, they do not like to have multiple people in the upper third, so we don't get to see that fancy footwork. He does have some good passing when people are around him, but I don't know. I don't want to hate on him too much,
Yeah, because he's a good player, and he did. I would say he won this game for us because his decisive pass to Yedlin gave us that second goal.
Yeah,
and the first goal was a bit lucky, right? And that second goal was
pure just we created
skill. Yeah, we created it. Both great passes. Him carrying the ball up, laying it off to Yedlin. He did a ton of that by himself.
Yeah.
So, but he's not doing that with consistency, which is what we're all begging for. If he could do that twice a game, or create those chances 2-3 times a game, I think he's the starter. But then he kind of has to play forward because he's not very good on defense. And then you have to move the whole lineup around. It gets messy real quick.
Well, there's some players, speaking of Diogo, that you see all game, right? Luna, Gozo, Caliscan, Ojeda, Anelli when they're playing. And somehow Gonçalves, who's supposed to be
On the ball.
A creator. You don't. He goes minutes and minutes without a touch.
Yeah, he'll stand behind a defender and not move for the ball.
So there is obviously talent there. We'll see what happens. So we walk away with a 3-1 victory, and hope reigns supreme for RSL to make the playoffs.
We're up to 37 points.
We got
11th place.
We got to beat Colorado. We can't let San Jose win a game or Dallas win a game.
Yeah, we're kind of into the point where the other teams have to lose for us to get in.
Except for we have one more game than some of them. So the people that are directly up front, if we want to take, we done with the game? We want to talk about the standings?
Yeah. Standings.
All right, so talk about the standings.
7 points for us.
So essentially, 7 and above are pretty much locked in. For the
Portland, Austin, Seattle, LAFC,
they haven't.
Minnesota,
Austin and
Vancouver.
Portland haven't clinched yet, but they're a point or two away. They're on 44. Colorado in 8th at
And
40.
San Diego.
San Jose 9th, 38. Dallas 10th at 38, and your Real Salt Lake at 11th at 37. So the teams above us, San Jose and Colorado, only have 2 games left, and Colorado is going to have a tough walk into the playoffs because they come here, play us. If we get those 3 points and we get a 2-goal win, we're going to retain the most important thing we could do all season, get that Rocky Mountain Cup. And we would end up 40 on 40 points. Colorado has to go to LAFC, their final game.
And LAFC are fighting for home field advantage in the playoffs. They're at 53 points, and Seattle's right behind them at 46. So they pretty much have clinched it at that point. But they might want to move up to 3 so that they can play the win, like Portland versus wanting to play Austin or, however that goes because they're tied on points right now. So there may be the idea that they want to lose that game just for the, the playoff
strategy
seeding or whatever. But that would be the only thing that would cause them to want to lose that game.
And San Jose has 2 games above us. At Vancouver on the 5th.
British Columbia.
Do you think is Vancouver going to try though?
They're in second place, yeah.
Yeah, they're still trying for the supporter shield.
Yeah, so they
First in the West.
they're in second place, so they're up there. They probably want to win, and they're at home, so that makes it good. And then San Jose goes on the road to Austin. So
And Austin's still jockeying for their position.
yeah, so that's going to be
Still
tough
get a
for
home
San
field
Jose.
advantage. Yeah.
And they did surprisingly beat San Diego, and I think RSL has more home wins than San Diego, which is kind of strange this season with San Diego sitting up top there. They lost 1-0, which was a big win for San Jose.
And if you watch the highlights, there were so many chances for San Diego, and they just missed them all. It was so strange.
I saw
Like
somebody.
Chucky was in on goal all by himself and just missed. He broke in and then tried to play it past the keeper. Keeper dove and got it. Like so many chances they had, and they just could not kick it in.
I don't know if it was Doyle or somebody on MLS soccer.com mentioned that San Diego has not been the same since they lost Ilan Olaski.
I know, isn't that funny? The former Real Salt Lake player who played like a total of 18 minutes for us, and ever since they let him go, guess where he ended up too? Philly.
Yeah. So they had
And now Philly's top of the chart.
Who is this?
Milan Olaski.
Yeah.
He was a young player with us, and
Never really got a chance at it.
I think
with
there
the
was
first
some
team.
off, just a young kid, some off-field stuff. It just didn't work out. RSL say, hey, it's not going to work here, and sometimes it just doesn't work, right? You
And
could be the
He went to. He got a start because somebody was injured in San Diego, and he scored like 5 goals in 6 games or something ridiculous.
he had 4 in one game,
Yeah. It was
and I think San
ridiculous.
Diego, in the minutes that he was there playing, they had 17 goals, and since he's left in similar amount, they have 11 goals.
Yeah.
And he's been
It's just funny because he wasn't that great of a player. Even then, he wasn't that great. He just kicked the ball in. Like, he didn't create most of the goals he scored. There were 2 or 3 that were quite fantastic, but most of them were just like square ball, tap in kind of plays, But he created them, just like Musovski, right? Like Musovski up in Seattle, he's doing really well too. Another guy we just didn't want to pay.
So the last four teams going for the last two spots: Colorado, San Jose, Dallas, and Salt Lake. Those are the four teams that are fighting the last two, and the two in the bottom spots probably have the better road to those playoff spots because Dallas and RSL both play one extra game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if we win, we're even on points with Colorado. Just to kind of start off, and Dallas, they tied at the weekend, so that's why they're in 10th. And San Jose won, and Colorado lost. So
Houston is right behind us at 36 points. They have 2 games left. The most points they can get is 42, and I think 43 is going to be
42?
40. They can get 42. They've got 2 games left.
Oh, gotcha.
RSL has 3. They can get up to 30 or 48, 9 points. Yeah, 46 points.
46. They can get 9 points.
Yeah, they have 3 games left. And Dallas can get 47 points. So the most that Colorado, if we beat Colorado, the most they can get is 43. And then
I think we're going to be in the playoffs if we win these next 3 games.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely be next to win this.
I don't know if we'll win these next 3 games.
Oh, we got faith. We're Utah.
I think RSL makes the playoffs if they can beat Colorado.
Ooh, statistically, yes.
And I think Colorado does not make the playoffs if they lose to RSL.
The only
I think the kicker is Seattle, trying not to make the playoffs.
Seattle's the
Colorado's
kicker, though, man.
tanking, man.
So RSL, then we got Colorado. It's going to be a huge game. I think it's going to be playoff, the first real game that's going to feel like the playoffs. Because you got the Rocky Mountain Cup. That means something to somebody, and when you don't win it, it means more to you, right?
Yeah.
RSL should be wanting to get that back. And then Dallas has 2 games against the Galaxy. And then they finish. Where do they finish? I think they finish at LAFC. Vancouver.
Woo-hoo. Yep. Oh, yeah, they got LA.
They got Galaxy twice, but Galaxy didn't roll over. They took it to the Kansas City on the weekend.
So it's doable. It wasn't doable if RSL lost to Austin, lights out, we're done. We'd be sitting at 34 points, and we would have been in 12th place.
Does LA still have 4 games? LAFC,
I think they do.
They still have 4 games.
They have 4 games. They had to reschedule some because they were in the different tournaments.
Oh, that's right.
The Club World Cup.
And that's why Seattle also is in that kind of same predicament. Well, they're on 31 games like a lot of us. But yeah, so we are home for the final home game this weekend, October 4th, at the Riot, 7:30 p.m. And then October 11th and October 18th, both on the road. Last 2 games on the road, Brandt. What do you think of that?
Seattle and then St. Louis. So this next game, I think this is the season, right? If RSL really wants to give them any kind of hope of winning, making it into the playoffs, they obviously have to win, and it's a no-brainer that it's a must-win game. And I think it's going to be a fun game. It might be the most fun we've had all season. The last home game of the season, it's probably like a 4-2 RSL win.
Cool. Ooh, that'd be awesome.
4-2.
Yeah, take it to Colorado. We got to win by 2, right, to take the cup back?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So work's cut out for us.
I'm feeling a 5-1.
5-1. I'll take a 2-1. They score late and win the Rocky Mountain Cup, but we get the victory and we get in the playoffs and they got to go home. How about that?
Yeah, we'll go with that. The Rocky Mountain Cup
it'll
be fun.
Kyle Beckerman's going to be there and he's going to cry when we lose the Rocky Mountain Cup. But
he's going to berate them.
Yeah, he's going to
at halftime. He's going to come in. He's going to bust into the dressing room at halftime. Let him have it. And then it's going to be because we'll be down 1-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
Beckerman busts into the locker room and boom, 5 goals. 5 goals in the second half, and it's all over.
Dude, David Beckham's going to show up, come in the locker room, just be like, dude, no, you guys are something else.
It'd be like that New England game where we scored like 6 goals in the second half.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's going to be fun, so you better be there or be square.
Don't do that.
And now, time for the Come On Crawley update. We were turning the corner, and then we didn't. Ugh.
Oh, you guys can turn corners?
Yeah, we were turning the corner. We had 2 wins in a row. Then we go out of town and just play terribly, and then get clobbered. And then we come home, first half, get clobbered. 2 crappy goals. We're down 2-0.5. And Scott Lindsay, being the brilliant coach that he is, hasn't had a backup keeper on the roster for a while.
What?
Yeah, and he goes, "When was the last time you ever saw a keeper get subbed out?" Almost this game because their keeper Davis, they had to come out and wrap his finger. It looked like he had a dislocated finger, and then he kept playing. And then he made a save with it. Oh, and you could hear him crying from.
And then the center back was like, "Dude, don't make me play keeper, dude. Get up."
He ended up because in the second half,
dude, don't make me come back there and play keeper.
In the second half, Crawley put the pressure on. They got a early goal. They got a goal in about the 70th minute, so it wasn't. They had the pressure on. They had multiple opportunities to tie it up and get out of there with a result, but I don't think he subbed. I think he read him the riot act at halftime. He says, "You guys got us into this mess. You are getting us out of it." And
yeah, 2-1 is a pretty brutal score.
So, but I think we'll see how it goes. I don't think we're going to get relegated, but I don't know if we're going to be pushing for the playoffs.
Well, if we lose against Cambridge, we're going to definitely get relegated.
So we'll see how it goes. Anything else?
Yeah, Wrexham's in 15th place in the championship.
No!
Yeah, 2 wins, 2 losses, 3 draws for the old Wrexham boys.
They'll be lucky. If they can stay in the championship, that's impressive.
It is, yeah.
But we'll see how it goes. And Brentford Bees, who they play?
Oh, man.
How is it going? How is it going?
How is Man U doing, dude?
I feel bad.
It's one of those where I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch this game. This is going to be so fun. And then you turn it on and it's already, it was not good, dude.
Well, what about the red card thing with Chelsea the week before, though? That was fun. At least they won, dude. I was bringing up a win. I'm being nice. Fernandez got to go on a 15.
Fernandez misses penalty kicks, man.
Casemiro got one in the 37. That guy can still play, even though he's like 90.
Dude. Yeah, dude. Cause
I mean, he's 90 in soccer, not in soccer terms. Not.
It's crazy, man. You just have terrible ownership that does not care, win or lose, just does not care. And
but you have a front jersey sponsor at least. At least you're not Chelsea with no front jersey sponsor
but,
like chumps.
Dude, it's just...
How do you not have a sponsor of the Premier League?
Yeah, well, they can't. They're sanctioned. Right?
Oh,
yeah, they got so many penalties.
No, it's because the Russian ownership. Wasn't that part of the...
What?
That's what I thought it was. Maybe I'm speaking out the side of my mouth. I read an article about it, but maybe it's been too long that I... Not sure I understand it. We'll look that up and let you know next week.
Well, Wrexham is above Hull City, and Hull City's got our favorite former RSL player, right?
Matty boy.
He scored a goal, at least one so far, I saw.
Yeah.
And Arsenal, are they in second?
Where are they? Yeah.
Second, baby.
No way.
Yep.
That's what they always are.
Dude, how does Arteta
AI
do that?
says they're trying to hold off for a more lucrative deal. That's what AI said. They want a higher value sponsor, so they're holding off. But I think it looks dumb. At least put your
Nike
logo
too,
in
though.
the middle.
Nike has some interesting jerseys.
At least take the Chelsea logo and make it huge right in the middle. It says, "This could be you, Izzy."
Crystal
Izzy
Palace. Crystal Palace fighting up there in third place.
Bro.
Tottenham in fourth. And Sunderland, what a story that is. The Black Cats back in the Premier League. Most points in, 15, 20 years in the first 5-6 games for a promoted club to the Premier League. They're doing really well. If you want to watch a great documentary, watch Sunderland Till I Die. There's like 3 seasons. They don't do long seasons. And it's really, really fascinating. They were in the Premier League. They got relegated to the championship. They got relegated to League One, and they fought their way back up into the Premier League, and they're doing pretty well. But it's one of the best soccer documentaries that I've seen in a long time. It's a lot of fun.
You know what else is a soccer documentary?
Don't say it. What?
The game against Newcastle on Sunday. Newcastle scored in the 34th minute, and Arsenal just kept going at him and going at him and going at him. And finally, in the 84th minute, they broke through with a Marino header. And then they came back and scored again in 90s plus 6, dude. There were like 6 goals after the 90th minute in the Premier League this weekend. And Arsenal got their game winner in the 96th minute from Gabriel. He rose up like a salmon.
Snap down header.
Yeah, they actually scored both their goals on headers, and both very late in the match. So, at St. James Park.
All right.
Up north. Yeah. There you go.
So that's your updates on all the things that are important to us, as well as your RSL update. I want to thank you for listening. Please follow us on social media, wherever you get your podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Rate us. Give that 5 stars. Remember, it's 5 stars out of 20, right?
Sure.
5 stars out of 20.
If
that's all we need.
That's all. Yeah.
That's all we need, 5.
If you can go up to 5, that's all we need.
Yeah, that's all we need. So follow us there, and once again, thank you for listening, and we'll see you at the Riot for the ultimate game, ultimate home game, and the battle for the Rocky Mountain Cup, which is going to be on the news everywhere.
Everywhere.
So see you later.